We're back. Why did I buy a new car, move into a new house in the span of a week? I have decided to commit to doing an Ironman this year. I used to be one of those people that really hated on Teslas or hated on EVs. We are shutting Tina's cake business down. How do you find working with me?
Well, where do I start?
Good morning, guys. We are so back.
He's back.
We're back on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where to start. There's just so much to update you guys on. The last vlog that I did, I was actually in Bali. I did a 30-day solo trip in Bali, and after that trip, I feel like I came to so many revelations, so many lessons, and yeah, as soon as I came home, I completely flipped my life upside down, and we made a lot of changes, bought a new car, moved into a new house, committed to some really big fitness goals, and I don't know, amongst all of this, I didn't really feel the need to pull out the camera and record for reasons that I will share, but there's been a lot of changes. So throughout the course of this video, I will go through the day. I'm going to share the changes that I've made to my life and why I've made those changes, and hopefully, you can take away a thing or two from it. So the first thing to update on is what was the catalyst for all of this change? So why did I buy a new car, move into a new house in the span of a week? Because all of that happened in the span of a week. I literally came back and I was like to Tina, we need to move now. And then we just moved. So all of this started from a shopping spree. So what happened was, for some reason, I had this urge to go shopping. For some reason, I felt like I was just tired of going through my days wearing crappy clothes, and I don't really spend that much money on myself. So I was like to Tina, I want to go shopping. So we went shopping, and I spent like $1,000 on new clothes. I was like, I bought some really nice chinos, I bought some nice polo shirts, I bought some nice jackets, and then as I was wearing these new clothes, for some reason, I felt like a different person. Like, I felt elevated is the word that you would use, right? And then for some reason, a thought came to my mind where I was like, you work so hard, why do you not allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor? And I think growing up, like, that's kind of what I was taught, right? I was taught you always gotta save, don't buy yourself nice things, make sure that you always spend your money wisely. So I've always grown up with a scarcity mindset. Ask you like your opinion, like I should buy the car, right? Like,
Alan, I've given you my opinion on this, brother, before.
Yeah. Okay.
I've given you, you know my answer, bro.
Okay.
If you want me to say it again, you should. You should.
Okay.
It's within your means, and I think we spoke about this last time. I mean, what car are you driving currently?
The Toyota Camry.
What year is it, and does everything in it function? Does it have Apple CarPlay? Does it have like minimum?
Nah, bro. I don't even have central locking, bro.
See, that's my point. Like it's time.
Yeah. But as I'm like growing up, I'm trying to adopt more of an abundance mindset. So yeah, for some reason, like wearing those clothes, I know it sounds dumb, but wearing those clothes, it was almost like I had a new energy to me, right? And then, yeah, from there, what happened was we were at High Point and we were just walking through High Point, and then we walked into the Tesla shop. Like, we just walked past the Tesla shop, and I just kind of said to Tina, like, let's just test drive it. And we test drove it, and then midway through the test drive, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this car. It was just literally in the moment. Like, I was not going to buy the car. It was not on my mind. And then just, middle of the test drive, I remember we parked the car. We were looking around the car, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy the car. And Tina didn't really believe me at the time, but then I came back and I literally told the sales guy, like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. Let's sign the papers. And I bought it on the spot. And then a week after that, for some reason, I was on realestate.com and I was just looking at houses and I was just looking around, right? And then, again, I don't know what happened. I really cannot explain this, but it was almost like I just knew. Okay, it's time to move out, right? And literally, we booked an inspection, like, on that day. And the first house that we looked at, we actually got rejected. And we thought that was, like, the perfect house. I remember Tina was so upset. She was like, that's the perfect house. I can't believe we didn't get that house. And then 3 days later, we found a new house, right? And the new house that we found was literally the house that we're living in now is like 4 or 5 times the size of the house that we initially applied for. It's double story, like 800 square meter, 5 bedroom. It's quite a big place. And we inspected it on the day. As soon as it came onto market, we applied on the spot and then we got it the next day, and the rest is history. Part of the reason to why we got the offer so fast, or the reason why we got the house so fast, is because we were willing to move fast, right? And then we quite literally applied, we got the keys, and we moved in. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like everything just happened overnight. So yeah, like I'm no longer living at home with my parents. Me and Tina have officially moved out together, and it's been really good. Having my own space, having some distance away from my parents as well, and obviously adapting to the changes that comes with actually moving in with your partner has all been a new experience, but a really good experience. Time to go to the gym. And that's probably the other thing that I need to update you guys on, which is my training. What's my training looking like? What are my goals this year? So I'm just trying to find something to eat. I'm a fitness coach. I should probably have my nutrition more prepared. Yeah, I don't know. This is not good, but I'm gonna eat crackers with cottage cheese. Yes, I am unprepared with my nutrition. On the topic of my fitness goals, I have decided, and I have not actually shared this as of yet, but I have decided to commit to doing an Ironman this year. Crazy stuff. But let me explain why I am deciding to do an Ironman. The reason why I decided to do the Ironman this year was because this is how my fitness journey has gone. When I started, I spent like 5 years building muscle, dropping body fat, improving my body composition. Then I got bored of that, so I went into Muay Thai training. I was fighting and competing, right? Then I tore my ACL, and this probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I somehow went into running. So I trained for a half marathon, I did the half marathon. And then from there, I went back into fighting, back into Muay Thai, and then I really messed up my ACL, and then I had to go do surgery. Now, on top of that, over the last 3 years, all of my time and effort has been towards building timeless coaching. That has been my priority, right? But now we're in a position where our service is great, clients are getting results, I know where I'm headed, we've got things systemized. I think I'm a bit more sophisticated as a business owner. And as a result, I feel like I now have the capacity to focus on myself. So this year, I thought to myself, and also, I also thought it was pretty incongruent for me to tell my clients to keep pushing themselves and then me not doing anything myself, right? I thought that was not right. It wasn't sitting right with me. So this year I was like, what is the absolute top goal that I could aim for this year? And what came to my mind was the Ironman. Number one, I've never swam, I've never biked, and I have this belief system where I'm very bad at endurance or cardiovascular based sports. And it was also the only goal where I was like, if I don't train for this and I don't take it seriously enough, I'm literally not gonna be able to finish the race. Like I'm literally gonna drown. So I was like, yeah, this is the best goal that I could probably set. I hired a coach, and literally my coach was like to me, to go from never biking to swimming to doing a full Ironman is pretty tough. Like it's pretty unrealistic. But then I was like, you know what? That tells me that that is exactly what I should fucking do. So that's what I'm doing. Whether it's smart or not, I don't know. But, you know, why not? Why not? There's also other reasons to why I really wanted to do the Ironman. So reason number one is because I really wanted to prove to myself that I could juggle my work, my relationships, and also my training. Because training for an Ironman is like a fucking part-time job, right? It's a lot of hours. And in order to do that, you must learn to prioritize your time in the right areas. You must have discipline, you must set boundaries. So I really wanted to set a goal that was big enough to the point where it would put strain on me, so that it would force me to learn how to manage and prioritize my time. So that's number one. Number two is that I really wanted something that was gonna allow me to learn to manage my emotions a lot better. And what I mean by that is when you're doing Ironman training or endurance training in general, I feel like the best way to describe describe it is you're just spending hours and hours and hours battling your demons and battling your thoughts, because when you're riding the bike or when you're swimming and you're running for hours, there's nothing to do. It's literally just you and your thoughts. And the weird thing about Ironman training is that it's not super intense, but it's also not super easy. Most of the work that you do is like in this 60 to 80% zone where you're uncomfortable, but not super uncomfortable. So the whole time, you're just like, your thoughts are running and you are just trying to battle it. You know, every single minute of every single workout, my brain's like, you should probably stop. You should probably stop. You should probably stop. And I'm like, no, don't be a pussy. Keep going. That's literally 2 hours on the bike of just me thinking that the whole time, right? And then from there, I'll think about a problem in the business. I'll think about a problem with a client, and I'll just like, I have to fight it. And it's like suffering. It's mental suffering, but it really teaches you to be at peace and in control of your thoughts. And number 3, I've come to a hypothesis that Ironman training is the antidote to a world that is filled with distractions. Like the current world that we live in is filled with distractions. Everyone is brain rotting, everyone is scrolling for hours, and I feel like people just don't have their consciousness anymore. And the Ironman training really forces you to, again, sit in your own thoughts. It forces you to, you know, be away from all of that for hours on end. And I feel like it's a great way to balance out a world that's filled with distractions, right? And it really helps you reset your dopamine systems as well. So that's something that has really benefited me in terms of the training. So yeah, we're gonna eat this and I'm gonna go train. Why did you spend $700 at Costco?
Oh no! Where did Tina go? It was an accident.
What do you mean it was an accident? How do you accidentally spend $700 at Costco?
Come with me. See? I don't know how it happened. It just happened. It's the cost of living now.
Alright, so we're on our way to the gym, and whilst I'm on the way to the gym, I actually wanted to share my experience driving the Tesla. I used to be one of those people that really hated on Teslas or hated on EVs, but honestly, I have converted. I'm sorry. Driving a Tesla or driving an EV in general, there's just so much convenience to it. And it just makes so much sense. Like there are so many features on this car that just makes sense. You know, like when I come into the car, I don't have to turn on the car. The car automatically turns on itself and I just shift into drive and I drive. When I park the car, it automatically goes into park. I just open the door, I close it, I walk away and the car locks itself. It's just like these little features that you obviously don't need, right? Like you can just put the key into the car, turn on the ignition and just drive the car. But it's just like, you know, like when you can skip those steps, why wouldn't you take that? It just makes a lot of sense. And I'm someone who really values convenience. So I really like the car. But at the end of the day, something that I've also learned is that a car is really just a car. You know, when I was growing up, my very first car, which I bought illegally, was a Honda DC4. And then my second car that I bought was a Honda DC5 Type S. And then my third car was a Volkswagen Golf R. So I grew up driving, you know, sporty cars. And after a while, you just realize the money that you put into these cars is just not really worth it, you know? And it's more of a headache rather than anything. Like you're driving the car and you're worried about scratching it, you're worried about people damaging it, you gotta park further away. It was just doing my head in. After years of driving those cars, I sold it all and I bought a Toyota Camry. Literally just one that I found on Marketplace. It was like $6,000. And I've been driving the car for a while now. For so long, so many people around me were saying like, Alan, why don't you upgrade the car? You know, like my business is doing well. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people why I'm driving a quote unquote shit car and I don't upgrade. And I just feel like for me, I don't care about that stuff. I don't care for luxury things. I'm quite simple, you know, a car just gets me to A to B. But it did come to a point where I'm not gonna lie, not having central locking and my gas cap in my Toyota Camry, it was broken. So whenever I needed to open the gas cap, I would have to like stick my key in and pry the gas cap open. That was kind of really getting to me. So I did eventually upgrade my car. But I think at the end of the day, like a car is just a car. As cliche as it sounds, you know, when you don't have money, you think that having money will solve all your problems and it will make you happy. And then when you make a little bit of money, you realize that there does come a point in time where more money does not make you happier. If anything, more money just adds unnecessary stress and it just lowers your quality of life. And that's something that I've really come to learn. There is a threshold of money that you make where anything above that amount honestly doesn't make you any happier, and it doesn't really change your quality of life unless you are looking to, like, you know, live in the massive houses and you want to drive the supercars and you want to fly first class. Unless you want to live that kind of lifestyle, you honestly don't need to make that much money. Like, honestly. Yeah, that's something that I've come to learn. But anyway, we're 5 minutes out. I've recently signed up to a leisure center near my house. So yeah, it has a pool, has a gym, you know, obviously treadmill and stuff like that as well. So I can do my runs there. I'm doing a tempo run today. So basically a tempo run is when you're trying to run at a specific pace, and it's a bit hard to control your tempos when you're running outside. So I'm gonna go to the gym, run on the treadmill, and then I'll probably go to the sauna and yeah, wrap up. And then from there we'll go home, and I think Tina wants to make hot pot tonight. So that's what we're gonna eat. Alright, that wraps up the workout. So the workout was basically 3 10-minute blocks. So one block, the first block is in like zone 3 heart rate. The second block was in zone 4 heart rate. And then the third block was in zone 5 heart rate. So if you don't know, when you're running or doing any type of activity, you actually have 5 heart rate zones. Zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And every heart rate zone that you train in, you build a different type of cardiovascular endurance, or you build a specific area of your cardiovascular system. So typically when you first start running, you want to run in zone 2, so that's lower heart rate, right? So that's kind of like, think about it like that's building your base, building your engine. And then from there, every now and then you want to train at zone 4 or zone 5, and this helps you build your speed in your legs. And it also helps you build your anaerobic energy system, which is basically the energy system that you use when you sprint or do things that are more intense. Mama.
Jeez, this is like that shit crazy.
So guys, this is why you don't run a cakes business. I don't understand anyone who runs a cake business. It's just like the worst life you could have, honestly. Anyone who works in patisserie, I've worked with a lot of clients who work in patisserie. It's fucking crap. Don't do that to yourself, guys.
I think you can't fathom it because you can barely put a dish together in the kitchen, let alone make a cake.
I swear to God, people will sell you this dream of like being a business owner, but it's like, I feel like it's 99% suffering, 1% enjoyment. Oh my God. If you guys didn't know much about me, hot pot is my favorite food in the whole world.
Besides chicken and rice.
Yeah, you can't beat chicken and rice. It's a staple, right? But chicken and rice first and then hot pot after.
Welcome to my mukbang. Today we are having tomato hot pot. This is gonna last us for the next 3 days. So it justifies my Costco spend.
Alright, so the very last update for today as we eat dinner is that we are shutting Tina's cake business down, and she is coming into timeless coaching. Tina has been running her cake business for 8 years now. She makes bespoke cakes, like birthday cakes, wedding cakes. Over the years, it's just, like I said before, the life of a cake maker is not great. You know, I can confirm. I've witnessed that firsthand. Because it makes sense though, because a lot of the cakes that you make, they're like for Friday, they're like parties, right? So Friday, Saturday, you always have to work over the weekend. Normally she's working until like the AMs. It's just not a sustainable lifestyle.
Agree.
And when we moved into this house, there's actually 2 kitchens, right? So it was actually perfect. She had the second kitchen to bake her cakes, but like after living together, I could actually see firsthand how stressed she really was and how that was impacting her mental capacity, probably more than she thought. Obviously on one side, I don't want to see her stressed, but then on the other side, I think she wasn't really enjoying it as much anymore. Like,
It was a long time coming. I knew cakes wasn't my forever thing, and so over the years, kind of just pushed through.
so how did it all start, right? So the way that it all started is Tina has always naturally been my sounding board. So I am someone who's very analytical. I overthink a lot, and I love to take very complex topics and break it down. And Tina is someone she's more like simple-minded, right? She likes to just enjoy life, much more bubbly than I am. You know, I kind of have no personality. She has a lot more she's a lot more bubbly, and I think what she's able to do is she's able to help me take my thoughts that are very complex, philosophical, and she's able to distill them in a way that is more friendly to normal humans. That's like the way that I would say it. So I was just kind of bouncing ideas off her for content, which I always do, and she's kind of like, oh, well, you should do this or you should do that, or I think that would work really well. And over time, I kind of saw that she had a natural ability to market or produce content, right? Or to take ideas and turn them into content.
I guess it all started with me just actually helping you film. You kind of just brought it up. You're like, wait, why don't you just come in and help me do the content?
Yeah. Because I've come to learn, over the years, I've juggled the entire business myself. And I think when you first start as a business owner, you don't realize how much you're actually juggling. Like, I'm juggling marketing, then I'm juggling calls with potential clients, then I'm juggling like the actual coaching itself, then I'm juggling building the systems behind the coaching, I'm juggling handling the coaching team, I'm juggling like the finances, bookkeeping. You know, like as a business owner, you don't realize how much you're actually juggling. And as I've become, a bit more aware, I have realized that a great business owner is not someone who does everything himself, but someone who is able to identify talent in people and bring them in. And I was able to identify like Tina's strengths, right? Like, she's naturally a creative. She doesn't overthink. She's a lot more fun. So as a result, she's just better at producing content compared to me. I'm actually very good at producing YouTube content. So something that we learned today was I'm really good on YouTube, because YouTube is where I can distill thoughts, whereas on Instagram and TikTok, it's like very short form. Tina's a lot better at that. Her mind just operates a lot better, So yeah, she's coming into Timeless to help us there. I do think she will play more roles than just like marketing, but it's something that she will evolve into and grow into, because coming into the business is obviously things that she has to learn as well. So that's obviously a work in progress.
Yeah, you do have to juggle a lot of hats as a business owner. Even I can relate. I think even for myself, I realized that I actually needed help.
For context, we actually tried to make it work. So what I did was I installed like my assistant. So right now I have two assistants. Well, actually I did have two assistants. One of them went into Tina's business to try and help operationalize everything and make it more streamlined. And still, it didn't work. It was too. I think you just don't really enjoy it anymore. That's why.
Yeah, I think bottom line, I started to lose like my love for the art, and I feel like when you are in the hospitality industry, it is a very tough industry, and that's why they always say like you have to love it. You have to be so passionate about it. And I was for a long time, but then it's rough. And it kind of got to a point where I was like, I don't think this is kind of worth it. And that's how it all ends and starts at the same time. I'm learning a lot.
How do you find working with me? What's the struggles? Like, what do you hate the most?
What's it like working with you? Well, where do I start? No, I actually really enjoy working with you. I feel like all in all, it's fun. It's really fun when you can actually work with your partner. We've realized in the process that we actually work really well, because there's a lot of saying where people are like,
don't work with your family, friends, or
Yeah.
like partner. Like, don't do business with your partner.
yeah.
Like, a lot of people we know struggle to like separate their relationship from their work.
I don't even know how we're separating it at the moment.
I actually think it's okay to talk about work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like we're at we're at the dinner table and we're kind of like, oh, so how's your day? Like, I don't know. Sometimes like, you're just like, I'd rather talk about something that is meaningful to the both of us. And I think what's meaningful to the both of us is actually growing and developing and building the business. So
It
for
is
us,
doing it together.
yeah, it's like to us, it's not like we don't talk about work because it's work and we have to. We talk about work because we enjoy working. And I think that's what sets us apart, is that the reason why we're in the position that we're in is because we actually enjoy work, right? Like, I don't work so that I can eventually retire and drink margaritas on the beach. Like, if I won the lottery and I won $10 million, I'd do the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. Like, nothing would change, you know? And I think that's why we're in the position that we're in.
I don't know if I can say the same.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, but I would.
As of lately, we just talk about work like 24/7. It's like, it's always a new idea. It's always a what if. It's always, yeah, we're just like, I feel like we're obsessed. We're just like talking about it.
I think what's meaningful about it to me is like what we do fundamentally makes a positive impact on people's lives, right?
Yeah.
So if we were running some type of commercial business, it would probably not be as fulfilling. But we're always talking about how the world is moving, how society is shifting, how culture is, where we're going, and we're seeing patterns in the world. And I think ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to better the world. We can't change the world, but we can better it. So that's what I think it adds a layer of meaning.
And it all connects to each other.
The biggest thing, and this is probably the reason why we can work together, is that we have both done a lot of self-work.
Yeah.
Like we are both into spirituality. Tina was into spirituality before I was into spirituality, and me doing the self-work has allowed me to like communicate a lot better. It's allowed me to like drop my ego. That's probably the biggest reason to why couples cannot work together, because their egos get in the way. But we know our roles quite well,
Yeah.
and that allows us to give feedback and criticism and not like take it personally. The areas where Tina is good, I'm happy to let her lead, and the areas where I'm good, like Tina is happy to let me lead. So it's like where we don't step over each other's toes, and we have the ability to like accept when we're wrong.
And I feel like we talk a lot.
Mm.
I feel like communication is key to any relationship, and especially a relationship within business. But what's it like working with Alan? I would say Alan is overwhelming. For one, Alan thinks a lot. Most of the time, I really do act like his soundboard, and I feel like it's like constantly through the day, there's always an idea, there's always a loop that Alan's starting in his head, and it's like a new loop that he needs to take out of his brain and just like jab it, like talk about it with me, and we just gotta keep talking. And I think that's why we talk a lot during the day. I realized it took a lot of like my mental capacity. That's something that I realized today. Like during the workday, Alan's like, babe, what do you think about this and this and this? But what about this? And what about that? I'm like, yeah. And then sometimes it just gets to a point where I'm like, Alan, I think I need a little bit of time to myself. But you're really good at like acting fast. Alan is really good. Like sometimes, when you have an idea and you're kind of like, all right, yeah, let's sit on it. Nah, no one is sitting down on it, okay? Alan is already like full steam ahead. Like he's already grabbing the camera. He's already like got the mic. He's like, let's go right now. I'm like, yo, we haven't even sorted out like what the hell we're gonna say. And I don't know, I would say you just drink a lot of sparkling water. I feel like we gotta cap the limit for you. Every day he drinks like 4 cans of sparkling water every day.
I mean, I used to drink a lot of Coke Zero. I think you'd rather drink sparkling water than Coke Zero. So, but yeah, I think a lot of my team think that about me. I'm definitely very overwhelming, and I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts, and as a result, I am a big proponent of journaling. Because sometimes I really wish people would get inside my brain. Like I have so many thoughts and so many ideas, and I have to understand that my team only has so much capacity.
It's a gift though. It's seriously a talent. Like the way Alan thinks and how much he thinks.
Me thinking about complex thoughts actually energizes me. Like there's nothing about it that, like, the more thoughts I have and the more complex thoughts I try to break down, the more it energizes me. So I feel like when I talk to my team, there hits a point where they're like, wait, what are we even talking about? And I'm just like, come on, guys, let's keep going. You know, we're about to solve world peace here. So I am trying to practice as a leader. I'm trying to practice like holding my thought and learning like when I should say something and when I should hold it to myself, or at least maybe say it to other people, right? Like I have other business owner friends who are, you know, they think like me and they're visionaries in that way, and they also get stimulated by conversations like that. So I bring that to them instead, right? So it's like learning that not everyone thinks in that way. Not everyone is interested. I always used to think that my ideas everyone would be interested by. I'm like, guys, how does this not fuel you? Like, you love talking about these complex topics for hours and hours with me? But I've come to learn that apparently the answer is no. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching through, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.